Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. I would like to talk a little bit about the website or the YouTube channel that my buddy Dave Swanson has put up. It's called Up North NY. And if you go on that Up North NY, you can see all the videos that we've put about fishing in our area. And this site, this channel, is designed for the everyday fisherman, not the everyman. It's very basic roots, down to earth, and I think that's what's making it so appealing to so many people. But when I tell you about different places around here, when I talk about the tributaries, you can actually see us fishing in these tributary areas. So it might make it more real to you. So when I tell you about all this on the radio, and speaking of the radio, Dave rebroadcasts my radio spots that I do weeks later. So you have a chance, if you missed it listening on your daily drive, you do get a chance to listen again. And what's brought all this up is one of the people that have frequented this YouTube site have contacted Dave and sent him pictures of their trips coming up to our area to fish. And one of the most recent ones was a guy that brought his family up. He had come up earlier this summer, and they actually started their fishing trip right in downtown Messina on the Grass River. And they had wonderful luck going to all the places that we talk about here on the radio. But this last week they came up, and I guess they stayed at Eelwire State Park. And if you don't know where that is, it's basically on the Oswegatchie River between Ogdensburg and Heuvelton. And he sent pictures back to Dave's site of a wonderful muskie that he and his family caught fishing right in that area on the Oswegatchie. And we don't usually talk about the muskie fishing in the Oswegatchie, but there's some beautiful fish that, Black Lake has a number of big muskies in it. And Black Lake flows into the Oswegatchie above Eelwire State Park. So you have that waterway that you can fish there. And going back up to the town of Heuvelton is I believe, where he was fishing. And he was he had his kids in his kayak. They had 4 kayaks that the family was using. And you could hear the kids talking. He sent a video to Dave, and Dave put this, you can see this right now on Up North NY. But it was interesting that you can hear the kids getting all excited when their dad hooks this muskie, and their father was using a whopper plopper. So if you've never heard of that name, I know it's a funny name, but it's a very effective surface lure that is jointed, that has a section that just rotates in the water almost like a prop, and makes quite a noise, and it's extraordinarily effective bait for both bass and muskies. And I got to tell you, anybody can use this bait. All you got to do is cast it out and reel it in, and it does the work for you. It makes this sound, and it looks appealing on the water, and it's a great bait to use for muskies as well as bass. So I believe that was a black lure that he was using, and they had wonderful luck. They had another wonderful trip coming to our area. And here's something interesting about this. And, we talk about the influx of tourism and the boost to our economy in the area when people travel here, bring their families to fish. Well, his 2 kids, one of his kids is 16 years old, and he's getting near that time when he's going to go to college, and he's pressuring his dad. He wants to go to one of our 4 colleges up here. His dad is thinking, well, I don't know. Will he study? There's such great fishing. But this is an example of how fishing can really drive our economy. Families that come up here to experience the fishing, the kids see how fabulous it is, and it gives them a desire to come up and go to college up here. And it just stimulates the economy in our college towns like Canton and Potsdam. So, again, fishing has a great effect on our life here in the North Country. And, in this family trip that they made, they also went on the Grass River and the Little River, and they had wonderful luck with muskies They had a number of encounters with muskies. They didn't land any, but that didn't seem to matter to them. They loved it. And that's a big part of what I try to tell people in the winter when we're doing our sports shows, that the real joy of this fishing isn't so much of catching one of these monster fish. It's having them battle you. It's having that encounter, because that's what stimulates their memories. And it's my buddy Rust, he doesn't care if he ever catches one, just to see that muskie come off the bank and the swirl and the wake of that fish coming after your lure. That is the power of the experience to him, and apparently to a lot of other people as well. So we really do have it all here. We have this wonderful fishing area that we live in, where one day I can tell you about the trout fishing, another day we can talk about the wonderful bass fishing. But don't forget, we've got the biggest king of the freshwater fish, the muskie, that lives in our area and really beckons people from all over to come and try their chances of catching one of these beasts. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.